We're live at our space. We're live across the board now. Before we dove in, guys, I just wanted to remind you, you could stop by bloggingfromparis.com for blogging courses to help you, for blogging ebook tab, and for blog posts, a couple of videos and podcasts. So, having blogged for pretty long, I've personally come across a series of beliefs in my own mind. I've seen these phrases come up again and again of the meetup here. 4 blogging phrases to stop using now. We as humans, we tend to achieve so little. Most people achieve very because fear manifests as limiting beliefs in the mind to scare people from, being what it takes to succeed. See people, maybe yourself, you've given up on blogging, you a week in, or even a day in, or a couple days in, or a month in the journey through. You get frustrated, you're sick of dealing with writer's block, and you just quit up. You struggle, you fail. You may have been there, and it could be a really frustrating journey. But the 4 phrases that you want to get rid of right now from your vocabulary, when you face, own, and release limiting beliefs, you free yourself to succeed. So that's the biggest side, guys, to doing this mindset work. When you really go within and you journey into your mind, you will find are in your mind. That's where they begin and end. And when you shed these beliefs, you're free to be the blogger who thinks, feels like a successful blogger. So when you're thinking, acting like a successful blogger, you will slowly and surely and to succeed, a tiny bit at a time, but everything slowly, when you're patient, will cumulatively grow into a successful blogging campaign for you. But it also getting rid of these limiting beliefs, these 4 phrases, really, these 4 phrases to delete from your vocabulary. So let's start with number 1. This is a really common one, guys. I tried that already. Okay. Some guys, bloggers to engage in genuine blog commenting, guest blogging, or blogger outreach. And I will hear from some blogger tried that already. So this is code for I gave it a shot and then gave up. You have to this blogging phrase, this limiting, I delete this blogging phrase from my vocabulary. I tried that already. To become patient and persistent, to follow a proven strategy for the long haul. You have to remember, guys, maybe some strategies don't necessarily resonate with you. Okay, that's okay. Yet, if strategies like guest blogging and genuine blog commenting and SEO optimized content to your blog and engaging in blogger outreach, if these strategies have worked for other bloggers, from new bloggers to middle of the road bloggers to professional bloggers, the strategy, once the strategy works and it's been, and you say you've tried that already, you haven't tried it with the right energy, you haven't tried it long enough, you haven't committed to it. It can't be I tried, guys. because I tried that already, and I did it with myself too for a very long time. And then I'd ask, how long you've been doing it? Well, I've been commenting on blogs for the past month. 1 month. Nothing brilliant happens in a month. You're just getting started. In the blog post itself that I'm leveraging this content, bloggers will tell me, I tried blog commenting already. How long have you been? 3 months. On Discuss alone, guys, I've left 12,000 comments. Now it's 13,000, but over the past decade, I've published 12,000 comments on Discuss. Now that is a full commitment to blog commenting. When you do that, you're going to succeed with the strategy. Even far fewer comments, and you'll be commenting for far short a decade, and you'll begin to succeed. But I try is code for I'm impatient, I'm desperate, I committed to it. So remove that phrase from vocabulary and commit 100% to intelligent strategies, genuinely and generate, and you will begin to slowly but surely succeed. This is a long gig. Nobody who gives something a shot, quote unquote, air quotes, tries something and it doesn't work and then just gives up and has an mentality that reeks of a lack of persistence and commitment, bloggers succeed. And of course, none go pro. How can you go pro when you see all the work it takes to go pro? This can't be like a half committal or it has to be 100% all in. So remove, I tried that already, from your blogging vocabulary and commit 100% to various blogging strategies, guest blogging, blog comment for hundreds to then thousands of hours of your life. Because when you do that, then you'll never say to me, oh, I tried that already. You'll already do it because you thought in terms of months and years and thousands versus just giving something a shot. So this is a long-term gig, guys. So let's go to another phrase that you really have to remove from your mind if you want to become a successful blogger. Number 2 is I am a former, current, and in parentheses, I write, insert 9-to-5 job. How you see yourself dictates how you think, feel, and how you act. How you think, feel, and how you act or behave determines where life and where you're headed. So many people do this part-time, make the really common mistake of seeing themselves in their mind's eye as a police officer or as a school teacher or as whatever they happen to be doing professionally at the time. Their self-image. This is what I do to make a living. This I see myself. This is who I am. So self-image, how do you think that's going to work out when you attack as a police officer? Is strongly identifying either currently or even former, because I'd have people saying, I'm a former, I'll say what I used to do, I'm a former security guard. So there's former security guard, which knows how to think, feel, and act like a security guard or security guard. Does that person know how to think, feel, and act like a blogger, professional blogger, but as a blogger? No. You know how to be a blogger, but you don't know how to be a blogger. So what organically happens? These bloggers try to blog, but who have this self-image of, or I'm this police officer, or I'm a former police officer, or former teacher, or former nurse, or doctor, whatever. They quit blogging. Blogging is too overwhelming. Can't seem to stick with anything. They're so confused. There's too much work to learn. They reject what it takes to be a blogger because there's no part of their self-image is a blogger. So if you don't see yourself as a blogger in your mind's eye, if you don't have an image, then you won't do as a blogger does because you won't be thinking and feeling and acting like a blogger. And you're going to have to do that to eventually succeed or to do any work. And you're certainly going to have to do it to become a professional. You really want to build your part-time gig into a thriving for the long haul. You have to take your current self-image, yourself currently as a former whatever you did in your prior professional life, and shift that to building a self-image as a blogger. See yourself as a blogger, to actually start thinking like a blogger and to start acting like a blogger. And of course, bloggers blog. They create, they monetize their blog through multiple income channels. They learn to think entrepreneur. They learn and then apply the help you format a post to improve the reader user experience. They monetize their blog through multiple streams of income. They learn the difference between active income, and then they monetize their blog appropriately based on their vision. If you're going to be circling the globe and changing time zones like most people host, then passive income is going to make the most sense. That's one thing I learned. A lot more global travel, a lot more international travel. The active income channels of freelancer, where you're still a little bit trading time for money, right? It's not like purely passive books or courses through your blog, like how my blog's set up now. It doesn't work when you're freelancing, when you're changing time zones. Obviously, if you get really clear on it, it's another ball game. But it could be really tough, because if you're in Bangkok, if you're in New York one week, and you could just meet with your New York clients or Eastern time zone clients at 12 noon. And then next week, you're East. Well, in the morning would be great for me in Bangkok, 7 a.m. work, 7 p.m. New York City time, 12-hour spread. So are they going to, with me, after I go through a coaching session, after a long day, 9-to-5 job, and they're, dinner. So this is stuff you think through and you begin to plan and lay out when you are thinking a blogger and you have a vision, but you have to change your self-image. It doesn't. So I am a current, I am a former, whatever. No. And you really want to see yourself as a blogger and think of your mind's eye, and then you'll begin to think and to feel like a successful blogger. That's when you change the creative momentum, self-image changes. Okay, number 3. This is really probably the most limiting belief in a phrase that you need to remove from blogging vocabulary, or a blogging phrase. You got to remove. And it's this. I did back in the day, and this is a really common limiting belief that mirrors what you really value. So if you cannot find time to blog, you can't seem to find time to blog, it really means that you're giving your time to what you value and not involved. It's not a part of what you value. You view valueless, meaningless, less valuable, and you probably think you're going to be wasting your time anyway. It's going to be a struggle. It's something you'll get around to. As long as you adopt that mentality, you know happen. You won't be able to find time to blog. And this is all ego. You don't find time to blog. You make time to blog. Choose to blog. You decide to blog. You get in the blogging time. You get in the blogging work. You get the one experiences through blogging more than you value the fears and comforts for an employee. Say you work at a 9-to-5 job, and this is a common one. Say you're raising a family, growing family, young kids, and you job. So after a long day at work, out of the office at 5, scramble home, take care of the kids, and after you put them to bed, they're young, say 8 o'clock. Spending time with them, having fun, but it's just a hectic, busy day. 6 a.m. tomorrow and do the whole thing again. Okay. In most part-time bloggers who work full-time jobs say to themselves or tell me, I cannot have time to blog. And they say it. Because, and this is the value, you have to get real with yourself when you get down to the value, what you really value. Truth, the reality is in that moment, because you have free will. At 8 o'clock after a long day at work, caring for your kids, you get back, have a cold beer, have a soda, have a cup of coffee, maybe some creaming. But at 8 o'clock, free will. You could choose to use your time however you want to. It's not a matter of finding time. It's already there. It's already 8. Most bloggers value comfort and distraction and fear-based activities. Now, I mean you're making the decision predominantly from some fear, grief, to distract yourself and to feel comfortable and yourself instead of choosing the fun and the discomfort of sitting down at 8 p.m. your next blog post, even if it's say it's a 1,500 word post, 100 word post, sitting down to write the first 400 words or the first 800 words per hour. If you choose the TV, you value comfort and distraction over the and fun, and discomfort. You're going to be facing mental blocks and fears there. Blogging would instantly give you, because it's an amazing for self-expression and for serving people, and long term. Do this intelligently and generously and patiently for a long time, for the long haul, and you keep putting in the hours and just keep it simple, relax, really be patient, then you would never have found again. You would never have to rush. You wouldn't have hectic, because eventually you'd be blogging full time. And if you really want to set it to be a freedom promoting vehicle, when you blog effectively, passive income channels, you're still going to be putting in the time and work, but you'll, instead of trading time for money and feeling like your life's hectic, you put in the work and then generating ebook sales around the clock, online courses around the clock, when you're sleeping, when you're working, when you're at the movie with kids, when you're changing the kid's diaper, your youngest one. And that's fun and freedom. when you engineer your life how you want it to be, trading time for money to survive and to have comfort and distractions. This is a very uncomfortable choice for most human beings, guys, because most of us are programmed and brainwashed to think this way, but we consider ourselves victims. I'm a victim to this, I'm a victim to that, I can't find time, I'm so busy, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. The empowered human beings make it. I'm gonna make time to do fun, freeing, liberty, to help other people, to help me, to help free my family, even if it's comfortable. So at 8 o'clock at night, you could choose the beer and TV show as a distraction to wind down, which will continually just propagate the process of living in fear, distraction, unhappiness, depression, and that never ends. You have to break that cycle in your mind. You have to. It never ends. It never does. So you can continue doing that, or you can decide to block. Really uncomfortable and you feel tired and you feel agitated. At 8 o'clock, you say to my phone, an alarm, 8 o'clock blogging time. Set the alarm right into your office or wherever your laptop's set up. And you start writing your next post. You make time to blog. You make time to blog. You blog. There's never any finding. Time's always there. Well, I'm busy with this. Well, I'm busy with that. Well, you with that because you value it. Everyone has, nobody here is a head of state. There are presidents or prime ministers here. The Dalai Lama is not watching this or listening to this. This is not, come on, guys, let's not kid ourselves. Every human being is a half hour to an hour every day to blog. However, you have to start challenging what you value. Because if you value action, I can't find time to blog. Well, why is that? Well, because I'm watching my, glass of wine or my beer. And I know it's a common thing. I get it. It's never going to change until you blog, until you make time to blog. And you change that and find time. So I'm making time. And that happens when you change your values, when you value fun and freedom, discomfort, predominantly overcome fear and distractions. You make time to blog. And number 4, another old, I am not connected. This one's very funny to me because the ego creates these really just beliefs that when you think about them, even for a few moments, a clear mind, I'll just check out some of these features. Invite co-host to open spots. Yeah, I'm just checking out good old space. So I'm not connected, and when bloggers say this, and you have to remove it, of course, you're thinking that every blogger blogging, other than yourself, being connected. Well, you walked in with connections. The first step. You don't get connected as a passive act. You don't to be an influencer. Hey, I want to get connected with you. Connect me with these other folks. No, that way. It's not that easy. It's not that comfortable. If you're connected, you have to actually earn the right to the attention span of top bloggers and helping them, and by expecting nothing and by asking nothing of them. Because when you ask nothing of top bloggers and when you expect top bloggers, something really cool happens. You earn their trust because they see that you're not trying to use their name for their traffic, for their platform. Most bloggers are, so they try to use professional bloggers. They try to manipulate and trick, and it's various to people that have seen this strategy 20,000 times over the years. We block, pro bloggers block these folks and they forget, they ignore. Tag them on social media, tag them on Facebook. You retweet, share their posts on Facebook and LinkedIn. Maybe accept a guest post from them. The relationships you build with really powerful bloggers get you connected in a major league way over the long haul. Connect yourself with pros. You build your friend network with a genuine, detached blogger outreach campaign. You gotta work at blog. You gotta network, guys. That's how every single pro works their way up into higher blog. They work at it. They build relationships. They help people. They earn their trust. Relationships solidify. You'll be really connected, but you gotta really work at it. And Kiyosaki quote, which is famous, we all know that by now, or if you don't, healthiest people in the world, and I think this is the rough definition, look for and build more. Only work jobs, well, you're looking for work. You're as an employee, which is fine. But if you don't network, you're going to see all these power brokers, all these top entrepreneurs from Iconoclast to just in their blogging niches. They build their friend network to get connected because they realize by themselves. They don't have enough clout. They don't have enough power. Not even enough clout and power. Nobody can buy themselves in this world. People grow companies. They build companies. They build business corporation. Bloggers build their friend networks. They enter, JVs, joint co-promote. They promote each other on Twitter and Facebook. You have tribes. Nobody does anything solo. No blogger is an island, to use quote. So you got to really engage in a campaign, help a lot of bloggers, remove your expectations, expect nothing, prove that you're interested in the professional blogger, comment on their blog, give a genuine comment, a couple sentences, personalize the comment, and keep doing this for weeks. Share their posts on Facebook and LinkedIn, mention them on your blog. When you gain their seeing that you're helping them out without asking for anything from them, slowly but surely you'll get, because then when they start promoting you and endorsing you, and maybe they'll ask you to guest post on their blog, or they'll interview you, buy your stuff, endorse your stuff, buy your ebook courses, endorse them. Not only will your traffic and profit, but then you'll get connected to their influential blogging buddies and some of their readers. Spiderweb effect, which is just phenomenal to see. But you really have to work at getting connected. You have to work at connecting yourself with other people doing blogger outreach campaigns. So guys, we're a half hour in. I'm going to roll, maybe have a little snack in a bit, take a nap, and then do some cardio. So these are the 4 phrases from your blogging vocabulary. We will see you later. And until next time,